Hello everyone, it's Adam here.
Oh, hi Porter.
Porter's saying hello, but I scared him. I guess he was sleeping over there. Alright, it's Tuesday the 29th of August. Quick video really about what's going on with the BMW GS Adventure pannier, luggage, whatever, boxes, recall, or stop sale. So there's a very long thread on AdventureWriter.com as well as various other BMW forums about this issue. And I thought I'd explain it a little bit and give you an idea of how it impacted me and how, I think there's going to be some major changes here. And this is kind of a commentary video, but it impacts me as well as thousands of others, so it's good to keep in mind. But first I want to show you exactly what's happening here after I kind of give a background. So about a month and a half ago, it's unclear, but either the NHTSA, National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, or DOT, Department of Transportation, both federal bodies, one of them figured out that BMW was customers were buying or taking delivery of BMW motorcycles that, when purchased with the side luggage, would block out the reflectors on the rear of the bike. So I'm going to pull a picture of my bike to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. And this is my new bike, not the old one. So if you look at the bike from the side, you're going to see here, right here, these reflectors. They're required by law on the front and the rear. Look, if you see my car, you'll also see the same reflectors in the car on the front and the rear. A lot of newer cars won't put them in the front fender, they'll put them in the headlight housing. The orange/amber reflector on the front, red on the rear. It is a federal law that all new vehicles sold have these for quite a while now. So the argument is when the luggage is installed on the side of the bike, it blocks those. So let's pull up another picture here of my old bike. So on the old bike here, this is actually a pretty good illustration of it. So from right here, that's me on the bike with a keg. From right here, you're a little bit behind the bike. You can see the reflector. But as soon as you move over to this direction, relative to the bike, the reflector is going to go missing. And that was the argument, was that these are not safe because basically BMW is providing an OEM solution that covers up a federal regulation. The only way they can get around this is if BMW incorporated a third-party company that sold these luggage racks and didn't offer to finance them as a part of the new bike purchase or sell them with a new bike. They'd have to be sold aftermarket or after the fact to customers and not installed by the dealerships. So it's kind of a gray area, but BMW obviously makes a lot of money financing these in with the bike and selling them as a value add because customers can leave and be able to store things on their bike. So the issue is, this is an 09 model. It's been going on for a very long time. If you look at the old BMW RTs and various K-Series bikes from even 20 years ago with the black plastic panniers, you'll see they have a small red reflector mounted horizontally to the ground on the side of the case. So it's been a known issue for a while. For some reason, BMW released these back in like 2007 or 8. No one noticed they were missing the reflector housing, and it took 10 plus years for someone at the federal government to notice this and say, you got to stop selling these things. That was the initial complaint, and honestly, the resolution here is just to simply buy the new bike if you're buying a new 2017 bike or 2018, and then buying aftermarket panniers that mount up to the OEM racks that come on the GSA. That's a great solution. But then a couple of weeks into the process, something else happened, which was, again, federal government, whoever is responsible for this, came up and said, actually, it's not, this is a video from my 09, it's actually not just the luggage, it's actually the racks too. The racks themselves are blocking. So you'll see here on my motorcycle when I pan up here, and this is the old 09, these are the GSA stock racks. They were redesigned when the liquid cool models came out because the exhaust switched to the right side. But either way, when you buy a GS Adventure from BMW, you're getting racks installed from the factory, and it's a value add. It's almost like they include the GPS mounting hardware from the factory. It says on the purchase and sales order, or on the window sticker for so it goes. It says no charge for GSA racks or GSA GPS preparation, but that allows the customer to go, well, the racks are already there. Let me just go and add on the luggage. Let me go ahead and add on the GPS, and then BMW's made an extra $2,200 off that customer. You're welcome to remove these and put on aftermarket racks. You're welcome to keep these and put on aftermarket luggage, but this is how the bike comes. This is kind of the absurd part of it. Someone decided that the reflector is present as it is required by law in the rear, but from certain angles, as you walk around the front of the motorcycle, this piece here also blocks the reflector. That's the argument. I don't think I do that in this video. I don't think I walk around to the front of it. But that is the argument. And what happened was it forced dealerships to now have to sell new GS Adventures without the side luggage racks. So the racks completely are being removed before sale, and the dealerships are being required to hold those racks on behalf of the customer at no charge until BMW releases a solution for an aftermarket solution for it. Let's see if I can come back around, see if I can show. Nope, we got nothing here. So let's go back to me actually for this next part. So if you are an existing GSA customer, and you go in for service, BMW's not going to do anything to you. It's almost as if you took the reflectors off the rear and the front yourself. A cop's not going to pull you over for it, most likely. And BMW dealerships aren't required to put them back on when you go get your bike for service. It's basically only required to be able to sell this legally to a new customer, a new bike. These must be affixed by law. So the situation is now, and it's going to hurt dealerships, is that if I go in and I want to buy a new bike, they can't sell me luggage, and they've got to remove the racks, which means part of the appeal of the GS Adventure is that you can load up all of your stuff and go anywhere in the world with it without any issue at all. And this is now completely impossible. And that no charge item for the racks, well, you're not getting the racks now. The racks are held indefinitely until a new version comes out that makes the racks either makes the reflector visible from all angles of the rack, or redesign the racks to have a reflective element in them, so they can still reflect light, no matter what angle the car that is approaching from. I know it's really is bullshit, but that's the situation we're in. So it's going to hurt dealerships because customers are going to go in and say, well, the racks are like $400 if I buy them, from BMW if I was allowed to, and aftermarket racks are between $300 and $400. So you're basically taking $400 of value off of this bike and not compensating me for it. You're still charging me the $18,500 to $24,000 for the motorcycle without any compensation for holding my racks indefinitely. In addition, I'm now going to go to aftermarket to buy luggage, and maybe I wanted to run the BMW OEM luggage. So big deal. It's going to hurt dealerships when it comes to sales. A lot of them have already told me, the three I've spoken to when I was buying my new bike, told me that people are already going to, wait and see. I'll just get a bike next year because my current bike has luggage and the new one won't. Initially, two of the dealerships told me it's about a month-long process, whereas within a month, I'm going to receive my racks back to me, revised, so that I can mount luggage to them. In the meantime, BMW is going to give you a duffel bag that mounts to your tail, the tail of the bike. It's a $250 value for free to customers. It's waterproof. It's a roll top. It's not like a dry bag, but it's a kind of waterproof roll top duffel bag that mounts to the tail end of the bike. $250 as a condolences. Well, my dealership didn't have any of those in stock when I picked my bike up, so I'm without any luggage at all on my bike. None. I can't store anything except for what I added the tank bag to the front of the bike. And then another dealership told me, the one I bought it from, that the solution, the fix, may become so indefinite that it takes into next year for them to figure something out, because they basically have to revise the original GSA racks to work with model years 2008, 2007, all the way to 2018 to be reflective. So there's going to be a design change or a reflective change to them that satisfies DOT and HTSA requirements, and there's going to be a change in how the aluminum panniers are configured. There might be a small bevel, embossed bevel for the new reflectors to fit into. that'll have to be on all new panniers sold. The process could take a month, it could take 5 months. So for me, I've basically decided that the $300 that were no charge on my sales receipt for the GSA, I've lost that money. I went on to Adventure Rider and purchased a $300 GSA rack that someone had taken off their bike last year in order to fit an aftermarket rack. So it's $300 out of my pocket. And then I've purchased GSA OEM compatible luggage racks. The reason why I did this is because if I'd waited a couple of months, I wouldn't be able to take anything on my bike for road trips. That's the first issue. But even if I'd waited, what if the rack fix from BMW didn't fit my previously OEM compatible GSA luggage? So now you're kind of in this chicken egg situation where you've got luggage, but no rack, and the new rack doesn't fit your luggage. So then you're stuck buying new luggage. So I just figured this way I can outfit the bike as of Wednesday for my camping trips that are coming up. And if the new luggage is fully revised, then I'll be glad that I bought luggage because it wouldn't have fit with my old luggage. You see what I'm getting at? So the whole thing is really, really messy. I'm surprised it took the feds this long to notice that the reflector wasn't affixed to the luggage racks. And I'm also surprised that someone at the U.S. federal government decided, just to be a dick, that, oh, by the way, that 1 to 2 degree angle in front of the bike where the rack covers the reflector is also an issue, and that BMW has to do a stop sale on those as well. So I received a bike that had no racks, no luggage. In fact, it was the first bike this dealership had sold after the stop sale, and the back seat plastic pieces were all loose and flying everywhere. It turns out that BMW's service order for dealerships didn't include putting the T25 bolts back into the tail frame of the bike after removing the rack. And that was a step they had missed. So it was all rattling all over the place when I was riding off. So it's a shitty situation. It's costing me $300 extra that I wasn't intending on spending. If the racks come back to me with a reflective tape added and no change to the mounting points and the actual design of them, it's just the old metal, then I'll be selling the racks I just bought from another Adventure Rider user and putting my old ones back on. So I might do a $50 loss or something for those being used. But at the end of the day, it's not a terrible situation. It just means an initial investment for me, possibly a full investment for me for the issue. And I understand completely why people wouldn't be buying these bikes given the current situation. So that's an explanation of what's going on with this luggage pannier system. Super annoying, but here we are. And it does mean I have a bike that's legit. With the new panniers I bought from Boumont, the Boumont Defender luggage side cases, they're a little larger than stock. They are double the thickness over stock. All the parts are fully replaceable. The corners, the screws, the hinges, everything's fully replaceable. Whereas the BMW option, I think only had like 1 or 2 parts were actually replaceable on them. So once you damage them once, you've got to buy a whole new piece. And what I'll do is what I did on my last bike, which is I installed reflective decals on it in order to have more visibility, which perfectly acceptable, right? That's the best way to do it, and I will show you a picture of that right here. So I had these decals that I put on the side of the bike, and for my own safety. So they start around the back and move to the front. I think 1 to 1.5 inches tall, and they were reflective all around. Perfect for me. I did these without even thinking that, you know, I'm missing out on these little guys here at certain angles. But anywho, thanks so much for watching. This was an explanation, and I hope that people are curious about this, get a little idea. And if you were going to buy a 2017 or 2018 GSA, keep in mind yours may not come without racks, and you'll need to purchase your own. All right, thanks for watching.